So this is the final of the Visitors Challenge Cup, the 175th year of this race, established in 1847, and we have Tideway Scullers Sch and Molesey Boat Club here. We're looking at composite crew, the British, and on the far side it is University of Washington, fierce competitors, both racing for this trophy held by Oxford Brookes University, who won so many trophies last year when we had fewer international competitors, but it's going to be a fresh name on the trophy at the end of this race. Looking forward to this one, Zoe.
Let's see if Tideway Scullers and Molesey have a better time of their steering today. They've struggled a bit this week. Hopefully, like you said, better weather, maybe an easier ride.
It's the Visitors Challenge Cup final, the 175th year. It's University of Washington on the left of our picture and Tideway Scullers and Molesey on the right. They go away straight, they go away cleanly. You can see the flat water, mirror-like conditions here at the start.
Yep, but there we have it, that Tideway Scullers and Molesey crew just creeping out into the middle of the river. This is a crew that is a presumptive under-23 crew for Great Britain, not yet named, but they are up against a crew from the University of Washington that are around half of their first V crew. Now, these fours have been posting pretty similar times all week, so I think it is going to be neck and neck down the course here, as it looks here, moving away from the island.
Yeah, cracking start to what could be an absolutely cracking race. The Scullers and Molesey crew nearest us had a little bit of a challenge with their steering yesterday when they were racing against the Oxford University B crew. But to get here, they beat Munster, they beat Oxford A, they beat Oxford B, and here they are in the final facing Washington on the far side, who rolled over two Dutch crews and then Thames and Leander yesterday to book their spot here on Henley Sunday. It's finals day. It's the Visitors Challenge Cup for intermediate men, and at the moment it really is hard to call. I think it's stroke for stroke.
Interesting to see as they were sitting on the start line that crew from Scullers and Molesey have made their colours really well known. Two of these men rode at Harvard University, two of them rode at Yale, and I saw at least one Harvard cap and two Yale caps there. They obviously want to make sure their crew from the University of Washington know that. And I'm calling Washington the Americans, but actually 4 non-Americans in that crew, an Austrian, a Canadian, someone from the Netherlands, someone from New Zealand, but they are experienced athletes, under 23 experience, and it looks like maybe that better time, that more time together has just pushed them out ahead, and I think they've got the lead there on the British crew. One
of the things I love about our sport is across nationalities, across universities, across clubs, you get to compete hard and then you get to combine and row together. And we've got some real experience here as we look at the left-hand crew, which is Molesey and Tideway Scullers they're rowing at. We've got the winner of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup in 2021. Harry Geffen was with the Eton crew that won there. Dow de Graaf in the stroke seat, well, he was in that legendary St Paul's School crew that set the record, smashed the record in the Princess Elizabeth a few years ago, 2018. So lots of experience of Henley there, and at the moment, well, it looks to me like the Washington crew are rather calmer. The British crew, the left-hand side crew, are attacking more.
Yeah, I think this British crew, not only are they obviously going to want to secure this win today, but they are also going to want to be writing their names on some seats that will be going to Varese for the Under-23 World Championships at the end of this month. I heard gossip on the towpath that said there are still 86 rowers in contention trialling next week for Under-23 selection. So this is a chance for these 4 men to book a seat early.
So if you're joining us watching from the USA or anywhere around the world, you're watching a real tournament here. This is a great place, Zoe says, to demonstrate your pedigree, to show the world what you can do. The eyes of the world who love rowing are watching racing like this, and here we go. We're getting through to the middle of the course. Passing that marker is exactly halfway. Looks to me like Tideway Scullers and Molesey on the left of the picture have had a better second quarter of the race here.
Yeah, I think another little wiggle on the steering there in that British crew, but like you were saying, that experience for these men, they've got some winning experience at Henley before. Looks like that's paying off, and I've got them neck and neck there, I reckon, coming through past Washington now.
Yeah, very exciting here. The water gets a bit flatter here. Looks like lane 2 has gone up first on that marker, which is the 3/4 mile marker. It's 1,200 metres down the course. So Molesey and Tideway Scullers, nearest to us, they've got their nose in front now.
That's a massive turnaround there. As we see this shot play out, you can see they've got nearly a length now on that crew from Washington, and they are still moving away every single stroke.
Great move. by Molesey and Scullers there. Washington now really need to respond, and have they got what it takes to lift their game in this third quarter? This is where everything's hurting. The legs are burning. It's hard to focus mentally, and you need to absolutely focus mentally. In a small boat like the Coxless 4, you have to do everything together. A little bit of steering, though the water is quite a bit flatter here. So Tideway Scullers and Molesey have taken the lead. Umpire Gwyn Batten raises her flag and just warns them off. Zoe called it. It was a little bit tricky to steer there. Immediate correction, but that slows the boat a little bit, that swerve that they've done there. Yeah,
good quick correction from them there, but like you say, that's how the rudder works. Every time you use it, it acts as a brake, so you want to be using it as little as possible. And, like we've been saying earlier on in the week, you only want to do 2,112 metres, not any more. But I think that British crew is still holding on to this lead from the University of Washington. What can Jack Wolke now, Canadian, son of 2 Canadian Olympians, what can he do at stroke in that Washington crew to raise his boat up? And will that British crew stay out of trouble with their steering?
We're approaching the mile and 1/8. That's 108,011 metres down the track. Molesey and Scullers still have their nose in front. Have they stretched it out towards half a length? We're looking there at the back of Harry Geffen, then Calvin Tarzi, Miles Beeson and the stroke Dow de Graaf, as they are again warmed by umpire Batten in her distinctive Thames Rowing Club summer uniform there. Again, a bit of expensive steering. That brake goes on to get them away, back off the centre line of the course.
Yeah, that bow steers from Mattis Holler in the Washington crew. Looks like they've had an easier ride of this. And is that going to mean that as they come into the end of this race, they have a little bit extra to give? There you see them, University of Washington, raising that rate. You can see the eyes there of the Husky on the back of their boat. And it is coming now for that British crew.
So we've got another cracker on our hands. The Washington crew looking across Logan Ulrich in the 3-seat, glances across again at Tideway Scullers and Molesey, who are sprinting for the line. It's a sprint for both crews. The legs are burning, the lungs are bursting. You've got to get the oars in the water as many times as you can. It's going to be close. Pull out that photo finish camera. Whoa. Washington think they've got it. I think they probably had it by another foot maybe. They are absolutely exuberant. Whoa! Going for a little bit of a swim there. Gert van Dorn, be careful. Don't want anybody in the water
coming
there.
Together hard there.
Coming together on the line. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, that's a clear win for the University of Washington, and they knew it as soon as they went over the line. The hands raised up, and you can see them there. We can see them from the commentary box. Both boats have come together and actually shaking hands right there in the boats. Incredible sportsmanship, incredible race from both crews.
Well, it was hard to separate them down the course. It's hard to separate them now as they've crossed the finish line in exhaustion and celebration. The Scullers and Molesey crew were beaten there on the line by the University of Washington, who took an early lead. Scullers and Molesey won the middle of the course, but you've got to win the final closing meters. Well, you can see what winning at Henley means, doesn't it?